means of egress topic is a huge portion of the NCIDQ exam, so it's imperative that you're confident in all areas of it. In my Means of Egress 101 video, I talk about the basics of this topic and walk you through the egress system. In this video, we're going to add another piece to that puzzle, calculating required number of exits. What's up, designers? My name is Kelsey. I'm an NCIDQ certified interior designer and the owner of KLSY, a Manhattan-based design studio specializing in commercial spaces. My mission is to help other designers excel in their career while promoting transparency about the industry and profession. If you're on the road to taking the NCIDQ exam, then be sure to get your hands on my new NCIDQ cheat sheets. These cheat sheets are downloadable PDFs covering many of the topics you'll see on the practicum exam, such as ADA restroom codes, partition section details, calculating occupancy, and more, as well as blank versions for you to use as mini quizzes. Be sure to click the link down in the description box to sign up for my email list and get your hands on these cheat sheet PDFs. Thanks so much for all of your continued support, and with that said, let's talk exiting. An important factor in designing a safe and compliant space is determined by how many exits or exit access doors are needed. The number of exits required from a space, group of spaces, or an entire building is determined based on the occupant load and occupancy of the space, the length of the common path of egress travel, whether or not the building is sprinklered, and specific requirements for large occupant loads. It may be self-explanatory, but all spaces must have at least one exit because, how else would you get in or out of a room? This isn't The Sims where you can just put someone in a room and delete the door until they starve to death. What, just me? To determine if a space needs more than one exit, let's refer to this table of the IBC. Depending on what the occupancy classification or occupancy group is, the chart will show us what the maximum number of occupants will be for a space with only one exit door. For example, an office, which is classified as a business occupancy group, must have 2 exits if the number of occupants exceeds 49. So if the occupant load is 49, you only need 1 exit. If the occupant load is 50 or more, you need at least 2. In short, the number of exits and their placement will vary based on the occupancy classification. If you need a refresher on occupancy groups, I have a video going over the basics of that on my channel already, which I'll leave a card for here and also down in the description box. But having more than one exit isn't enough. If you have a space large enough so that it requires multiple exits, they must be placed far enough from each other in an effort to reduce the common path of egress travel, which is something we'll discuss in detail in a future video. When 2 exits are required, they must be placed a minimum distance apart. If the building is unsprinklered, meaning there is no emergency fire sprinkler system, the distance between the 2 exit doors must be at least 1/2 the length of the maximum overall diagonal dimension of the entire space. If the building is sprinklered, meaning it has an automatic sprinkler system, the distance between the 2 exit doors must be at least 1/3 of the length of the maximum overall diagonal dimension. This distance is measured in a straight line to the center line of the exit doors. Having an automatic fire sprinkler system allows people more time to reach an exit because you have water that's mitigating the fire. So you have a little bit more wiggle room in terms of the time that you have to safely evacuate a building. If we look at the example shown, the total diagonal distance of suite number 6 is 63 feet. If this were an unsprinklered building, that means that our 2 exits must be at least 1/2 of 63 feet, or 31 feet 6 inches, apart from each other. If this were a sprinklered building, our 2 exits would be 1/3 of the diagonal dimension distance apart from each other, or 21 feet. On the practicum exam, you will most likely receive a floor plan like this, showing exactly what that diagonal dimension is. And to find whether or not a building is sprinklered or not, look in the project case study description, as this is where you will most likely find that information. If you're looking for more NCIDQ test prep videos, then check out my NCIDQ video playlist here. And if you're thinking of taking the NCIDQ exam, then don't forget to click the link down in the description box to be added to my email list and get your hands on those PDF cheat sheets. I'll see you next time for more educational interior design content. Thanks for watching and happy studying.